Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us to this new session of Toastmasters LATAM. This is a club that usually uh, have the Spanish as a first language, but today is a very great session because it's special. It's gonna be in English. That's why I'm trying to do my best to have a good start of the session. For all of those who doesn't know what is Toastmaster, this is a organization, a worldwide organization who has a mission is to help people to be more confident in communication and leadership. In this moment, we have an issue with our Toastmaster of the night, but in this, our president is going to take the role. That's why, as a president and a Toastmaster, I have the pleasure to introduce you to Margarita Velázquez.
Thank you, Monica, for your effort to present myself. I'm Margarita Velázquez. I'm the president of the Club Toastmasters LATAM. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And as promised, it's my honor to welcome you to this club and this speaking session totally in English. Today, we gather with enthusiasm and determination to explore the wonders of the art of the words. Public speaking is more than just talking. It's the art of communicating, persuading, and inspiring. On this platform, each of us has the opportunity to grow, to learn, and shine. Throughout this session, I encourage everyone to express yourself with confidence, listen carefully, and participate actively. Let us remember that every word we share has the power to influence and transform. May this session be a space for learning and share so many things. And my mind is blank. Go ahead and let the magic words begin. And I don't know, we don't have a Toastmaster of the night, so I don't know if you want that I start to the session. Ana Mari?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so I just choose the topic of the night, and is the benefit of speaking English. So speaking English with fluency offers a wide range of benefits, both personal and professional, which are, okay, take it easy. We will see them in shortly. I want to start to present all the evaluators of the night. I want to start with Damiso, that he is take the role of programmarian. Damiso, can you explain your role in a few minutes?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster-elect. My name is Damiso Makala, and my role tonight will be evaluation of grammar. During this role, I'll be listening closely to the persons during their presentations. I'll be taking note of anything that I could take note of to help them improve their grammar, such as the use of the language, the connection between plural and singular, the use of all alternative words and construction of sentences. So during this time, I'll be taking notes, and at the end, I'll give my evaluation and recommendations for improvement. Thank you.
Thank you, Damiso, for sharing your role with us. And now I want to pass the word to Enrique. He is help us with the role of a counter. Go ahead, Enrique. You can do it.
I try to speak in English. That is my first time I speak English with many people around me. I don't know. What are the crash words? What are the crash words? I think people use crash words to hold the space while they are trying to speak what they want to say. Stop using crutch word, because this kind of words don't improve our sentences. This kind of words don't improve our speech. They can clear our conversation. Some example to this crush word, such as, well, you know, honestly, maybe, no way, oh my God. Avoid them if you can.
Thank you. Thank you, Enrique. Don't worry about it. It's your first time in this kind of session, so don't worry about it. And now I'm going to present myself, because this night I have another role here, and I'm the chronometer. Damiso? Chronometer. That's right.
Timekeeper.
Timekeeper. Thank you. So, as a timer, I will, I don't know, measure, I will time, I will having the time of the table topic speaker, the formal speeches, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green screen, the yellow screen, and the red screen. And I'm going to explain to you the time. So in the table topic speaker, at the minute, I will change my screen to green. At the minute and 30 seconds, I will change to yellow. And at the 2 minutes, the red one, that's mean that you are over time. And the speech that we have tonight, that is between 5 and 7 minutes. At the 5 minutes, I will change my screen at green, at 6 minutes yellow, and 7 red. And the evaluation at 2 minutes green, 2 minutes and 30 seconds red, yellow, and 3 minutes red. At the end of the night, I'm going to share with you a report of the time that each one of you make in this session. Thank you. And now I want to share with you one of the benefits of speaking English. The first one is that we have access to global resources and opportunities. English is a predominant language in business, science, technology, entertainment, and mastering it expands your opportunities for study, work, and collaboration in a globalized, I don't know, environment. And I'm going to pass the word to evaluator, Damiso. Damiso, can you give us the objectives of the speech without saying the name of the member? Do you have the objectives?
Right. So it's in Spanish, but I'm going to translate it in English. I think that during this presentation, no, I think I have just the form. Do I have the objective?
Yeah, and the form is the first. Yeah, is in the form, the objectives.
Okay, fine. So here it is. So the purpose of this project is that the person will learn about different styles of communication and identify what is their principal style, their main style of communication. The second one is that the purpose of this course is that the person presenting will transmit their effect of the style on other persons. so that they will understand how the style that they use affect other persons. These are the two objectives that the person would have for today.
Thank you, Damiso, for sharing the objectives. And now I'm going to present our member that he's improved a lot of her benefit speaking English with fluency and with courage. So I present to you Ana Maria Solano. I don't know what is the topic of your speech, Ana Maria?
Exploring my leadership communication.
Exploring my
Leadership communication.
Okay, so I present to you Ana Maria Solano with the speech, Exploring My Leadership with Communication. I think that I remember well. Okay, Ana Maria, go for it.
Some years ago, a young lady that was a leader started doing her first speech. At that moment, she was a leader, but she doesn't know anything about the communication style that a leader should have. Certainly, leadership communication style can be greatly depending on each individual, depending also on their personality, her preferences, and the situation that they have in the hands. Today, I want to explore 3 different styles that for me has been a learning curve of that leadership communication. You're right. The lady that I just talked about a few minutes ago was I, like 10 years ago. If I joined to a Toastmaster before, probably my speeches on that moment could be different at the ones that I have presented today. I remember that first speech was plain. The message that I want to give to the person in the auditories probably doesn't transmit very well. Let me tell you, sometimes you can see probably a manager or a supervisor that want to give a authoritative communication. Sometimes that style can be direct, firm approach, and also they want to transmit the urgency to have those metrics in place. For example, hey, Enrique, we need to have the sales in order. We need to update all the tables in our reports. The information is not accurate. Please make sure the next time you will have all updated. That is an authoritative style of communication. Maybe that is not the assertive communication a leader can have, but in their own situation, they feel confidence to have like a results with that communication style. For me, one of the most leadership communication style is the democratic, because a leader could adopt some inputs and participation from the whole team to encourage them in an open dialogue. For example, hey guys, next week we need to coordinate a meeting for the purpose to bring a new customer in place. Let's gather some time, probably by Friday, to have a brainstorming ideas to encourage all your ideas that you have to make this customer on board in our next period metrics. This style of collaboration empowers all the team members to contribute, to input their own ideas, their own perspective, and experience. Democratic approach create a supportive environment. No matter in which play you just use this communication style. This style promotes innovation, boosts our morale, and also build a strong team cohesion. Another style that I love to use, and this is the style that I usually try to bring in all my speeches project, is the transformational style. This style inspires and motivates our team member, our followers, our clients through effective communication. Maybe you want to articulate a compelling vision of a future, emphasize some values, some experience, some goals that you have as a person. This leadership style also helps you to communicate passionately your own ideas, inspire others to exceed expectation and also to embrace change. The transformative style, when you just put an idea to the person that is hearing you, probably before you conclude your speech, the person, probably Margarita, probably Enrique, just think about their own leadership style after I conclude my speech. And that is the goal of this kind of speech. Transformational leaders often use storytelling, emotional appeals, and symbolic gesture to support and build the purpose around all the team members. This particular style is creative and cultivate a culture of continued improvement. Let's explore our own leadership communication style. Maybe you are in that continued improvement project, and maybe you, with the practice, will obtain your own particular styles. Effective leadership communication involves understanding of context, adapting to the audience, and learning the appropriate style to achieve the desired outcomes. Back to you, Miss Toastmaster.
Travis, welcome, Travis. How happy to have you here finally. I was taking your place, waiting for you, and now I'm going to pass the word to you. It's time to evaluation, and the evaluator is the Misa. So, all in your head.
Thank you very much, Margarita. For me, it was an absolute pleasure to listen to this speech. I have a couple of comments to make about it, and I'm using the form that was shared with me. In the form, it's asking to give an overall evaluation of how things went. So I will start with the general comments, and later I will go to the individual evaluation. So it's asking, in what things did you do very, very well? I would say that you started with an engaging question. That's always a very good strategy to do. Asking public a question will always get them to start thinking and get them to start connecting with your speech. I like a lot the fact that you modulated your speech and you used a very constant rhythm. This is a very, very good technique so the person can predict what you will say and keep the rhythm and the flow of your speech. You maintain that constant, steady rhythm, and that helps us to connect with you as well. Additionally, I found that you were very good at changing your tone. You went up and you went down for a question. You had an inflection at the end. For a strong statement, you were very, very flat. So this was a very, very good use of the tones. Additionally, I saw that you used your face very well. The time when you mentioned Enrique, you know, to be like authoritative, and you said Enrique, and you knitted your brows and you spoke very strongly. That was a very, very impactful expression, and that made me understand the impact of the self-communication even more. I like also that your content was very well structured, and also it was at a higher level. You didn't use simpler words, you used bigger words, you know, to match your audience. That's very, very good, and also very, very great. And last thing I thought you did very, very well is that you maintained your energy until the very end. Some people make the mistake of starting very energetic, and then toward the end, they get slow and they start to speak as if they have no energy and they're very tired. But you maintained your energy and your rhythm all the way through, and that was a very, very good thing. What you can work on is the pronunciation of the famous S. The famous S, it is something that always gets people in Spanish to English. So we say special, but in Spanish you say especial. No, I had several examples of where you said your speech, but you said my speech. So it's almost as if the pronunciation of the S is always something that you can work on. A suggestion is when you're gonna say a word that starts with S, just say the sounds. Speech. Start. Make the sound and the word will follow right away. The second thing is the common use of the plural. So you would have said, have a result. So once you hear a, it is singular. So have a result or a brainstorming idea. So for the next, so your challenge is to do it again and practice that S and the singular and the plural. In general, I think it was a very good, very, very good presentation, and thank you for the opportunity to evaluate you. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Can I take over? Thank you all for coming. I know I'm a little late, but I'm going to start with my introduction right now. This meeting is about leadership and development within each and every one of us. In this meeting, we have a lot of great leaders, but we can always improve. And right now, we have this incredible meeting that we need to continue on. I'm looking at the order. Who is next?
Table topics.
Excelente. Table topics is one of my favorites because it's something that you need to improvise. But I'm not very good at explaining that. I am the Toastmaster of the day. I'm going to leave this up to Anna Marie. Anna Marie, go ahead and take it away and explain to us what your role is today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster. Well, in this session, we are here to practice our impromptu speeches. I will provide you a question, and in 2 to 1 minute, the idea is that you develop an idea and we explore together how is your own experience about this question. We will continue with the topic of the day, leadership communication. So the question will be in this area. I want a volunteer. If you think that you don't domain English, you can also start with, I can ask the question in Spanish as well. It's not a problem. Okay. You want to start? It's a very, very easy question, Margarita. No?
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to dance faster without pain.
Leadership communication. Can you describe a specific communication challenge or conflict you faced in the past? It's an easy one.
Specific communication challenge. Maybe is a conflict, and I am still facing in the present, because it is this thing of speak too fast, and people think that I only speak fast in Spanish, but no, I can speak fast with my hands and English and whatever language you want. I speak always fast. That's not have to relation with the language or with the topic. I always talk fast, and I'm trying to get slow to you can understand what I'm trying to say, because sometimes you can speak a lot, but you really don't say anything. You miss the goal of your speech, and you miss the audience when you is trying to talk a lot about one topic, and you don't have idea, or you maybe don't realize how to focus your idea or your think at this conclusion of the topic. So I'm trying to always to beat this conflict in me, and trying to now I'm trying to hear, to understand what are you really asking me, in order to make a good speech about what do you really want to hear about me. So I think that I'm doing very good. And that's my participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. One of the communication challenge is the speed, as you mentioned, and that is always happen. And when we just know that, when we know that, we just have to slow down, take a big breath, and slow down to communicate the correct message. Who raise the hand for be the next volunteer? Are easy questions. Nothing to be afraid about it. Okay, Travis. Okay, let me see the next question. What was the context or a situation that surrounding a communication experience that you have in the past?
Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. This is an excellent question. I only have one problem with this question. I don't understand exactly what you mean. I'm going to imagine if this was TV. Imagine if I'm on TV, this is an interview, and here I am, everyone in the world is watching me. I don't know what the question was, but the show must go on. So what I'm going to do is show you an example of how to handle a situation when you don't understand a question. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay. The question is very clear as what the words are. What was the context or situation surrounding this communication experience? It talks about context. What is context? This is what I like to do. I like to explain what it is. This buys me time. It's interesting. Okay. Can I see the words one more time? Did you take them off? Okay, I'm going to go off memory. This is live. This happens in live situations. She just took everything I have to talk about, but I have to make something happen in this particular moment. We talk about context. What is context? Context is something that has to do with the situation. Okay, context is, I don't really have the best explanation, but what is the situation surrounding? A situation surrounding is something that's happening right now. This is a situation. I'm going to explain what communication is. Communication is something that when we speak, we want to deliver a message. I have thoughts going on up here. I need to deliver that message to my audience, to everyone watching. Okay? And I need to, and it's an experience that happens. Okay? So I'm not sure what the question was, but it's talking about something about the situation, what's surrounding the communication experience. And I would like to further my education in this question with you after the show, Anna Marie. Thank you very much. I appreciate the moment of giving you a very, very boring Toastmaster table topic. Okay, this is probably the most boring one of the night. If you can, and you do a little vote, make sure that you vote me as the most boring table topic ever. Thank you very much for the table topic question.
Thank you so much, Travis. You are very creative, to be honest with you. Demiso, do you want to be a volunteer for our next question?
I think the fact you called my name means that my answer has to be yes.
Let me see. Okay, here is our next question. How did you approach a resolving or manage a communication challenge?
Okay. First of all, I thought about the challenge. When I think about communication, I learned a long time ago that communication is both ways. And there's an element of truth, an element of perception. So I learned some time ago that when I'm faced with what I think a challenge is, I have to really stop and understand what is the root of my challenge. The root of my challenge, something that's internal, meaning that it is based on how I'm seeing situation, based on my background, my thoughts, my feelings, my biases. Am I the one that's coloring the communication? Or is it really something that the person is intentionally doing to challenge me? So usually I start with that reflection. I have a pause and I think, is this Damiso? Am I coloring it, or is this actually a challenge? After I've gotten that out of the way, and most times I must say that most times I'm the problem, I'm the one. I then understand the problem and I can approach it very, very simply. Second thing I do, I ask questions for clarity. So I ask, did you mean this? Did you mean that? And second to the question, I talk about what I interpreted. Based on what I thought you said, I thought you meant this. So in this way, I'm trying to take away all the confusion from situation. And after doing all those things, if it is really a challenge or managing it, I do my best to express what I would like as the outcome. From this conversation, I would like us to be more clear on whatever I thought the challenge was. So in general, I think it is three things: internal assessment, external assessment, and then having a conversation starting with a question and expressing what my thought was, and finalizing with my expectation for the communication. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that tip. But that own assessment have to be very fast, I guess. While you are speaking, you are making your own assessment and try to resolve the communication challenge to solve the situation. Thank you so much, Damiso, for that tip that you just gave us today. And my last question will be for Enrique. Enrique, if you want to answer this question in English, please feel free. And if you want to answer this one in Spanish, please feel free as well. What is the main barrier of effective communication? What do you think that is the main obstacle or barrier of effective communication?
Obstacles or barriers. Okay. I think so. My first obstacles at the moment to prepare this speech about the crush words. Is very difficult for me because I don't speak English very well. I think so this the first barrier for me. I speak English. I studied English before, but my ears is not very well at the moment to listen. I consider that if you want to good communication, you need to speak clearly. You need to speak clearly. A good leadership, communication, a good leader provide timely and transparent information and work like a team. A communication effective and the effective communication, you need to prepare. You need to improve. I don't know in English, but in this moment, I think a good leadership communication, a good leadership. Bueno, en español es mejor, creo que en español es mejor. Bueno, creo que para tener una comunicación efectiva es preciso hablar claramente, tener una audiencia y un público que acepte, ¿verdad? Que acepte el mensaje. Pero el mensaje debe estar transmitido de una manera donde, en primer lugar, debe tener inspiración, captación del público, una buena introducción, finalmente irnos al desarrollo y captar la atención a través de un mensaje, ¿verdad? Ay, bueno, eso es lo que quería decir. Definitivamente soy malo en español, ahora imagínense en inglés.
No, you did an excellent explanation in English. Don't worry. Thank you so much, everyone, for the opportunity that you gave me as a table topic master. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
That was excellent, Anna. Anna Marie, you always do a great job. Every time I come to these Toastmasters, I love watching you speak. You speak so freely, and everybody just loves to listen to you. Let's not forget about what the topic of this meeting is. It's leadership and communication. And I have a quick question. Margarita, do I have 1 minute? I'd like to go off topic and ask a question to everyone. If we have an extra minute, let me know. Just cut me off if we don't. Enrique, I have a question. I have a question for each one of you. Who is a leader in your life, whether it's communication or in sports or a role model, maybe growing up? Do you have a leader in your life, just a particular person, you can say their name? I'm curious to know who yours is.
You ask something to me?
Your role model, líder, la persona líder en tu vida. It could be anyone. Who is it?
Una persona líder. Para mí, un líder está representado en mi papá. Mi papá es el mejor líder que yo he tenido en mi vida.
Wow.
Y te quiero contar algo. Mi papá y mi mamá fueron mis primeros líderes después de mis maestros. Mis maestros fueron excelentes, maravillosos líderes. Encontré profesionales a nivel intermedio y muy alto en mi vida. Pero para mí, mis mejores líderes fueron mis padres, porque ellos me inculcaron algo bastante interesante, más que vocabulario muy lindo y ritmo al momento de hablar o quizás captar la atención de alguna persona. Ellos me enseñaron algo mucho más valioso que eso, y es esa forma de poder hacer las cosas bien, con responsabilidad, con valores. Y les digo algo, mis padres...
Enrique, 10 segundos más porque es una reunión.
Ok, bueno, para finalizar,
Ajá.
creo que un buen líder no es autoritario, como lo dijo Ana, es colaborativo, es afectivo, pero al mismo tiempo comprensivo, es rudo, pero al mismo tiempo suave, es...
Enrique, gracias. Ajá.
Bueno, eso es todo.
Gracias. Hey, something happened. Algo pasó. It was very special. When I asked him who his leader was, he spoke from his heart. It was his father, and he couldn't stop talking. That is a beautiful moment. And that is, I could listen to you all day. I just want to mention one last thing. Damiso, you are my leader today because your answer on your table topic question, your delivery is so special. I really like it. You're my role model. And I want to send a message to everybody before I give it off to Margarita to wrap up. I know Margarita has some nice stuff to say. When we come to Toastmasters, one of the things we're here is because everybody is a role model. We learn off of everybody, and I call them mentors. We all have mentors in the group. We all have mentors in our life, and everybody takes the mentor role at different times. And when Enrique was young, it was his father. And in this particular moment, it was Damiso for me, okay? This is a very incredible meeting and very fulfilling. And we're all very lucky to be here. And I know that Margarita has some last words that she wants to say, and I can't wait to pass her the microphone because I want to hear it. Are you ready, Margarita?
Do you want to hear me? What?
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna ask me a question, or you want that I go on with the meeting?
I think that we have to go with the helpers, the evaluation helpers right now.
Okay. Okay, looking for it. Damiso, I don't know if you are ready with your report. Up grammar. You ready? Okay.
Absolutely, I'm ready.
Just give me a second because I'm going to give you 3 minutes for this evaluation. That is important. Okay. Go for it.
Well, thank you very much. For me, really, it was a pleasure to play this role as evaluation of grammar. I think that when we're in Spanish, I never would have dreamed it happening. So I don't know, probably in a year I'll do it. But for now, my evaluation of the meeting in terms of grammar, for persons who don't speak English as their first language, you all did very, very, very well, including you, Enrique. I like the fact overall, the bravery and the commitment to keep speaking in English. That, I think, is the most important thing, that you overcome that fear of speaking a second language. I'm very familiar with that fear, and it's good to see persons overcoming that fear as well. That being said, I thought that the use of grammar and the English language was very well done today. From the speeches that Anna Maria gave and how Margarita handled the different sections and explained the things, and even Enrique, who studied English and is just missing a bit of practice. I think in general, it was a very high level of English that was displayed here today. My observations are, in general, the famous S, how Latinos or Latinas handle the S. It is constant with almost everyone. And I would like to see that for our next session, I would like to hear the person doing that differentiation between the S sound, like this speech and not S speech. I would like to hear you say special and not S special. I would like you to say that sound, not S sound, and so that the word comes out a little bit better. I also like to hear that connection between the singular and the plural. I would like to hear you say a thing and not a things. No, these are the two things. There are a list of things, but I want those two things to be a general challenge that you guys take on, that we take on, and so that as we go through time, we will see the evolution of our level of speaking English. In general, very, very good meeting. And my encouragement to Enrique, especially Enrique. And at the beginning, Anna Marie spoke about the benefits of speaking English. No, it was Margarita, that it opens up the borders, because English is a universal language. Here more than ever, you are in the company of professionals and friends and associates who would help you. So take advantage of the opportunity to speak English. And when you're not here, practice, because that is how you will take your place on the world stage. Obviously, Travis, I have no words for you. You speak English very well, so very good. And in general, a very good meeting, and I'm really happy to have been a part of it. Thank you.
Back to me?
Back to you.
Excelente.
Back to Margarita or back to Travis?
I'll take
Back
it
to
away.
Travis.
Back to
See,
Travis.
Toastmasters of the day. This is excellent. I showed up late. I'm unprepared, but the show must go on. Everyone ends up leading. When the leader doesn't show up, you're the leader. That's amazing. Okay, let's continue. We have the all counter of the day, and the all counter is somebody who counts. Well, I love explaining it, but nobody better can explain it than Enrique. Take it away, Enrique, Mr. All Counter.
Another question for me. I don't understand.
Okay,
Your
let me
report.
rephrase.
My report. Okay, my report. Okay, I understand. Okay. Okay. Everyone. So everyone did a good job. I think so. Everyone is speaking English very well. I get the head, no sé, I get the head, Damiso, Travis. You speak English very well. I don't listen any crush words in this time. But you need to listen this. Avoid the crash word, because your speech could be more concise. See, more concise. Your speech could be more impactful. I like the words impactful. Okay, thank you.
Wow, that was great. We love it. Can we get a aha? Okay, the next person is going to be Margarita. Now, I've been told she is the chronometer. I don't know what chronometer is. Margarita, can you educate us on what that is and give us your report?
Yes, el cronometrador is the timekeeper or the timer. And I'm going to show you what was your time at this session. Just let me see. I'm going to share the screen in a moment. Just a second. Okay, I don't know if you can see. So, Ana Mari, Ana Mari, in her speech, she takes 7 minutes and six microseconds. No, 7 minutes and 6 seconds. And you're almost done in a perfect time. Damiso, we are now with the table topics. Damiso made 2 minutes, 48 minutes. And no, this is the evaluation. 2 minutes, 48 minutes. So Damiso, you're doing very well because you have 3 minutes to make your evaluation. And now with the table topics, almost perfect time too, because I made 1 minute and 57 seconds, and we have 2 minutes to speak. This other don't have name, but is Travis with the same time. Damiso takes 2 minutes with 5 seconds, and Enrique takes 3 minutes and 8 seconds, but he starts to explain the question since minute 2. So he really takes 1 minute, 8 seconds, and his explanation in Spanish. So this is the time we are, I think that we all made good. So we have only we have to no, because if you see only 6 seconds and 5 seconds, it's nothing. So you are doing very good, and we are trying to keep going to working in our time to make sense and always be como conscientes. I don't know how to say that, but we are aware to the time when we are speaking. Thank you. That's my explanation.
Wow, excelente. That was wonderful. Let me just lead with this. Everybody here is a great leader. The way that Enrique spoke, he is impactful. His report, he takes the lead and he gives a great report. Margarita, you gave a great report on the timer. Damiso, you're a great leader when you speak. We're all great leaders here. We all had a very, very good, impactful meeting. And I just want to open up the mic. Is there anything that I may have missed that anybody else wants to say? Or do we go to wrap up for Margarita?
No, we are done. We are done with the other roles. Unless you want to share something about with us.
Sure.
I think that the only thing is missing is the photo.
Oh. Okay, who takes the photo?
I can do it.
Yeah, okay. And do you ever do photos where everybody does something funny like this or así? No?
Whatever you want.
Yes.
Just a big smile.
Yeah,
Everybody
Smile.
put their hand on their chin. Así.
Done.
You got it?
Okay.
Excellent. Well, I gotta say, I really enjoyed coming to this club. I really enjoy the meetings, and I really enjoy watching everybody take their role. There's many things that we can always learn and coming to these meetings. I can't wait to be at the next one. Can we have another one? Can we have another one?
Sure.
There's plans to
Sure,
have
yeah.
one session in English, one a month.
Per month, yeah.
Like the team members that doesn't have advanced English or middle English, it's okay. You can switch to Spanish, but the important thing is to have a safe place to practice and improve in this English style that once a time you have to practice in your work. So thank you so much for participate, and we will see you in our next session.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we miss you at the first of the session. We are happy that you can incorporate. And